Well, hello guys. How are you guys doing? Alright, here it is. The video you've been waiting for. This video will tell you why January Uprising is one of the best RTS games since Total War franchise. Okay, let's do this. Games, whether they be mobile, board, PC, or console games, play an active role in our culture and they entertain the masses. Yes, they do. This is entertainment right here. What you're looking at is entertainment. But they can also be educational. This is also educational. You then pose a question, can you please give me an example of an educational game? One example of an educational game can be found in the Google Play App Store, and it's called January Uprising Strategy Game. Yeah, you see the title. Alright. One may contend that this game is a fictional origin, but it's based on the Polish January Uprising of 1863 through 1864. Regardless of what others think, it is evident that January Uprising is one of the best RTS, or if you guys don't know GameSpeak, real-time strategy games since the Total War franchise. With it being free to play and not freemium, which is also in GameSpeak, a game that says it's free but wants you to use money for in-app purchases. It being historically accurate, and at the same time having a 4.3 out of 5-star rating, this game is sure to grant you a window into the past, while also offering a smashing good time, commanding ragtag armies of Polish insurgents against the evil Imperial Russian forces from the comfort of your own home. Now, what is the January Uprising game? The game, called in Polish, now here's the thing, I'm going to butcher the Polish pronunciation for it. So if you know Polish, tell me how to pronounce it. Called in Polish, Powstanie Jiksina, also known in English as January Uprising Strategy Game. Good thing this is translated to English. It's set in 1863 Poland. Historically speaking, Poland was partitioned between Austria, Prussia, and Russia 3 times. I told you to go away. I told you to go away, Quentin. You're interrupting. Go away. Sorry about that. We have an interrupting chicken trying to enter the room. He's not supposed to be doing that. He's going to pay for it later. Because I'm a savage, but oh well. Now, as I was saying, historically speaking, Poland was partitioned between Austria, Prussia, and Russia 3 times. One in 1772, one in 1793, and one in 1795. And so the Polish weren't too keen on cooperating with the 3 powers. As a result, they rebelled 2 times before the events that led to the January Uprising. One rebellion in 1794, and one rebellion in 1830. Now, this intro will set the scene for you. In 1795, the Polish Commonwealth finally succumbed to its enemies, and it was partitioned among the 3 neighboring powers of Russia, Prussia, and Austria. Okay? It is the year 1863. For 68 years, the Poles had been rearing up, struggling for independence. Europe is a stage of numerous national revolutions. The Crimean War exposed the weaknesses of the biggest invader, Russia. In the absence of socio-economic reforms, tensions in the Polish kingdom increases. Secret conspiracy organizations prepare an armed rebellion. But the ruthless invaders do not remain idle. That basically just set the scene for you. So, as America was conducting the Civil War, Poland, which was a Russian-controlled area of Poland, had to deal with the Russo-Polish collaborators who wanted to stamp out any opposition to the government. Their mindset was that if they conscripted the highly impressionable youth into the Tsarist army, they wouldn't be able to rebel. Now, here's the thing. Let's go to historical resources. Alright. January Uprising. Impressment. Ah, yes, the direct cause of the January Uprising, organized by the Tsarist authorities under the pressure of Margrave Wielopolski. The impressment, also known as Branka, or forced conscription, was to paralyze activities of clandestine organizations. Prepared were lists of people suspected of belonging to patriotic organizations. The impressment was to include members of the urban population and landowners, while peasants were excluded as not engaging in conspiracy. Okay. Service of the Russian army could take as long as 25 years in remote places far away from the borders of the Kingdom of Poland, which was basically a puppet state. Harsh living conditions, Russian soldiers were stationed in dugouts and huts, and numerous armed conflicts meant that only a small percentage of soldiers lived to the so-called unlimited leave. All this meant that, in fact, the threatened with impressment conspirators didn't have much to lose with the outbreak of the uprising. Okay, that just told you what the whole impressment is. This didn't sit well with them. And thus they thought it was the right time to rebel again. What followed was over a year of being on the run from the Russian army. And this, kind of reminds me of Being on the Run by Paul McCartney. I don't know why, but oh well. Winning a little here and there, losing most of the time. Eventually, they realized that it was a pointless rebellion and they gave up. The game is an adaptation of the events as it stays true to the time period. Now, why is it the best RTS game? Many have praised the game for the fact that you don't have to make in-app purchases. According to Szymon Olowinski, a Polish gamer who's played the game before, he acknowledged the game as a true RTS game, and it's not one of them pay-to-win pieces of crap. He also stated that the difficulty adds a lot to the struggle of the Uprising. From the time I started playing the game in November of 2019, I realized that the game didn't have an in-app store where I could buy extra gold to support my insurgent army, like many of the other RTS games I played, where you could purchase more gold and special units. I also realized just how hard it was to beat the enemy troops by just fielding an army of OP units alone, and that oftentimes I had to think like an insurgent commander and resort to guerrilla tactics. Now here's the thing. Here's a tip for you. When you play this game, if you get it, here's the most OP units of all time. Now, Scythemen, well, you should use these against cavalry. These are the most OP anti-cavalry units. This is a most OP anti-cavalry unit that you can get in the game. Then there's the Falconet, which is one of the most OP, well, it's not the most OP artillery unit in the game. But then again, there's also light cannon, but that's for the Russian side. You could always get a light cannon. And then, for infantry-wise, the most OP of the infantry-wise are the riflemen. And last but not least, most OP of the cavalry are Uhlans. So there you go. Those are OP. Those are the OP units that you can use. You'll get to use these towards the end of the game. Sorry for the spoilers, but now, I really wanted to fight the game in the conventional style. I wanted to fight in the conventional style of the mid-19th century, which is, get in the line and, just duke it out there and whatnot. I guess that's out of the question when you're fighting against an army way bigger than yours, especially when your puny excuse for a rebellion is that popular with everyone else in your country. Now, according to Spartan 150, an avid gamer, the game makes you actually feel like a commander of a rebellion, always on the run, using ambush and terrain to your advantage, outnumbered with enemies that have better equipment than you. So beside the fact that there are no microtransactions, you actually feel like you're in the rebellion. This can be a good thing, as you'll think more tactically, you'll be able to change the course of the uprising, but it can also be a bad thing because you won't want to put down your mobile device, as you'll be too occupied with saving a lost cause from almost 200 years ago. Now, question many people ask, what do the other dudes say about the January Uprising game? Oh yes, the other dudes. You weren't supposed to interrupt, go away. Now, though many have praised the game, there are others who are critical of it. Here are two internet trolls who shall remain anonymous because I didn't provide a name, and I'm not a hacker, who would rather defame it than let it be. And since they didn't provide a name, they just used the word Google. They just used the name Google user. I'm just going to name them Fu Manchu and Xavier Papalopoulos. Because why not? According to Xavier Papalopoulos, an internet troll, he suggested developers of the game to study good strategy games like the Total War series, real-time battles using intelligent pause function. This means that the game can repause with scrolling issuing commands. As soon as the units are spread out over the map, it is impossible to control and maintain them at the same time. The skills show that although the game is absolutely free to play and it's historically accurate, it could use some improvement. Since they want to play the game, I've noticed that once you turn your troops loose, you do one of two things. You either go for the weaker units first and face the stronger units, or you focus on each unit depending on how many you have all at once. Oftentimes I wish I created a game including an intelligent pause function. That way I could put my units in strategic positions. While Mr. Papalopoulos has a point, he didn't take into consideration that you can pause the game and then place your units wherever you want them to go. You will have to unpause the game in order for them to carry out your orders. Now, according to Fu Manchu, another trolling not-so-happy gaming critic, the game is not that educational as one may think, and he likened it to propaganda disguised as a historical game. He actually believes the Polish government is trying to indoctrinate impressionable young minds into thinking that the January Uprising was just cause. Now, I understand that it's their history and they can do anything they want with it, but calling a historically accurate game propaganda is a stretch. It is a stretch. How can something historical be used for propaganda? Well, Mr. Manchu does have a point. The Nazis used the Aryans, which were historical invaders of the Indian subcontinent, who brought with them the basis of Hinduism, as an example the Master race, and indoctrinated everyone from the get-go that they were descended from the Master race. But would the Uprising game be considered propaganda? If we refer to Polish names of towns, people, and such, making out the Russians or the Muscovites, as they call them in the game, as the bad guys, and not letting you play the Russian side of the January Uprising propaganda, go for it. But it's not propaganda. It really isn't. Does it convince me to take up arms against the Russians? No. No. Does it compel me to write this, to, make this video? Of course it does. After all, this game is a hidden gem. Now, but does it urge me to dehumanize the Russians? Absolutely not. You have to consider that the events portrayed in the game happened 155 years before the game was conceived, and attitudes between the Polish and the Russians have changed. Now, when doing this, I was looking at other people's thoughts, and it hit me. Why don't I review it and insert my 2 cents? So I hastily made a review on Google Docs. What you're about to hear is what I personally think of the game. It's a hidden gem, but it could use some work. It could have easier levels where you can earn money because you blow it all at once. You blow it all once you get it to compensate for losses and buy more units, and increase the amount of troops a player can have so that players don't have to resort to guerrilla tactics. And it also change the graphics so that they don't look cartoony. Now, some games are meant to entertain, others are made to inform people on obscure topics. The January Uprising is one such game that embodies them both. Whether you're playing it to enrich yourself, educate yourself, or entertain yourself, you're playing a hidden gem. You don't have to do in-app purchases or even spend real money. You will not be disappointed. If you haven't already downloaded the game, download it. It'd be worth it. Now, I hope you enjoy this, and Well, I need to give you guys a sneak peek of this game. To show you what you're gonna be in for. Alright, let's go to my favorite. Let's go to my favorite level. Alright. Headquarters of the 2nd Cacao Division in Asia Blo on the 19th of February, 1864. After several successful campaigns, for which I was very grateful for General Hakabosak, the Muscovites, though snow still lay thick and frosts were heavy, decided to deal with the 2nd Corps still this winter. Confident then in General's talents, I was unaware of the seeds of discord sown in his staff. Colonel Calito Rabailo, capable and ambitious Colonel Apollinaire Kurowski resigned from command. Junior officers, on the other hand, did trust Kurowski or the marshal head of the Sandomierz province, Ludwig Sverdlovsky. Today, in retrospect, I perceive the combination of either of them as a mistake. Both, though brave and resolute, were deprived of this fortitude and mental strength that the commander needs in times of dashed hopes. Rommel struggled. Colonel Apollinaire Kurowski, the commander of the Battle of the Border Triangle in Yaochao, was delegated to the troop. General Hakabosak was forced to leave his detachment and not participate in this battle. Colonel Calito Rabailo went on sick leave. He would not participate in this battle. Sirs, our situation is far from good. How many in total? Precise numbers do not matter. I wouldn't dare give battle to half of them. I would go towards Opatal. Woods there are many. We can bypass the garrison and then head south towards the mountains. Exactly. General Balzac's instructions are clear enough. We must act offensively. A thing that Colonel Kurowski knows very well. How many Muscovites are stationed in Opatal? We are nearly twice more numerous. We do not lack either weapons or ammunition. We shall strike like a hawk from above. Okay, rallying point. No. Alright. Compliment losses. Alright, I'm gonna get some cannons. Yes, cannons are important. Without cannons, you're screwed. I'm sorry this is taking so long. Failure of this mission will lead to the fall of the whole uprising. Okay. As I learned from Colonel Kurowski's report, the Upper operation started at 5 p.m. The situation was difficult because the Muscovites, although inferior in numbers, were well fortified and ready to fight to the last soldier. Unfortunate was also the absence of both General Hakabosak and Calito Rabailo. Alright, guys. This is the strategy I use. Crap.
Бежать! Бежим! Бежать! Уходим!
Do ataku! Big brata!
Not getting tools is, you know,
Бежим!
ready to handle
Бежать!
this.
Бежим! Wstrzymać ogień! Wstrzymać ogień! Wstrzymać ogień! Uciekać! Бежать!
Crap.
Бежать!
They're smart.
Uciekać!
Бежать!
Nie mamy szans!
Бежим!
Uciekać! Uciekać!
Now it's lagging.
Бежим! Уходим! Rozkaz!
Nie mamy
Crap,
szans!
I'm too good for him.
Бежим!
Stać! Stać! Rozkaz!
Бежать! Бежим!
Uciekać!
That's how you really do it. That's how you fight the Polish way.
Stać!
I mean,
Бежать!
not with the lagging screen and whatnot.
Уходим! Бежать!
But
Бежать!
this is what you're in for. If you haven't downloaded the game, or if you haven't
Бежать!
looked into the game, go for it. You're playing a hidden. You're going to play a hidden gem.
Уходим!
All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. After fierce fighting, the 2nd Division managed to rout the Upper garrison and escape encirclement. Colonel Kurowski, for his conduct unworthy of a Polish officer, was demoted to the rank of private. That's a bit harsh. Despite the victory in the Battle of Apatow II, the division was still pursued by the Imperial Muscovite forces. General Balzac decided to merge with the Lublin division of General Crook and engage the pursuing columns in battle. The success of the plan depended largely on a skillful attack. A chance to defeat the Russians existed only if their troops were routed one by one before they could merge and face the insurgents. Old tablet.
Rozkaz!
Alright guys,
Rozkaz!
move as fast as possible.
Rozkaz!
Now here's the thing about this battle. The enemy's gonna come here twice. And they're gonna hit me with their best shot. They're gonna go for my cannons because that's what I depend on. Yeah, Quentin, you're not supposed to be here. Okay.
Strzelać bez rozkazu! Strzelać bez rozkazu! Stać! Strzelać bez rozkazu! 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 Wstrzymać ogień!
I told you this happened. Now it's not working. Dragon.
Бежать! Уходим! Бежим!
Nie mamy szans! Rozkaz!
Бежим!
It lagged.
Бежим!
Alright,
Nie mamy
this is going to be the last one, and then we're done.
Бежать!
Stać!
This is what you're going to be in for when you play this game. Now, the reason why it's lagging is because I got my game tools on, which is what I use for my YouTube videos. Man, I don't know what to do. Alright, I hope you don't lag. Oh.
Start.
Yeah, you start right there. Start it. Come on. Come on, I'm smart. Come on. I want you to come. Okay. I'll give you presents. From Poland with love. Oh, crap. That was not expected. Crap, this is not how it's supposed to be. Go that way!
Бежим! Бежать! Стать!
Nie mamy szans!
Бежим!
Uciekać!
This is so not good.
Stać! Wstrzymać ogień! Wstrzymać ogień! Wstrzymać ogień!
Бежать! Уходим!
Uciekać!
Where is he?
Бежать!
Nie mamy szans!
Rozkaz! Rozkaz!
Rozkaz! Rozkaz! Rozkaz!
Уходим!
Uciekać!
Бежим!
Uciekać! Uciekać! Wstrzymać ogień!
Бежать! Стать!
Uciekać!
Okay,
Rozkaz!
I lost about like 4 platoons,
Бежим! Бежим!
but oh well.
Стать!
I just showed you what you're in for.
Бежать! Уходим!
Okay. The victory of the Second Battle of Uprising and its boldness and bravado echoed widely in the Polish-informed newspapers. Most of the Muscovites, being beaten twice in a row, gained more respect for the Second Cloud Division. Just a few days later, I received a message from Emperor Napoleon III, saying that he was pleased. That he was very pleased with our victory. That is good. Well, that's it for this video, and hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked my YouTube channel, check it already. So there we go. Bye bye.